Hello everyone, Smile Each Day here. Today we have 7 questions for this week's Q&A session, and I'm going to get right into them. 7 questions from how many amazing, beautiful users? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So 7 from 7. 7 questions by 7 beautiful users. Thank you guys so much for writing in. That means so much to me that you guys are wanting your personal answers from me. Thank you so much. I can only give my personal experiences and thoughts. If you're wanting to seek help from other people, please go to them. But these videos are my own personal experiences and everything else. Thank you. Okay, so the first one is again from Make Lats. Thank you for writing in again this week. You wrote in last week. Thank you so much. Again, I will now get right into your question. I'm so onto it today. Make Lats. Suppose a parent raises their children in a way that they were not raised so as to be a better parent than what they had. Do you think the parent will have a hard time relating to the way the child grows, given that they raise their child differently? I can give my personal experience on that, and that is my parents treat me differently. They know what I have. They know I have Asperger's. They treat me so differently compared to my brother. He does not have Asperger's. He is normal, neurotypical, whatever you want to call it. But for some reason they can relate to him a lot better than myself. And I think they're really kicking themselves for doing that. Because now I'm starting to just vend away from them more. And I think that is the right thing for me to do. With certain circumstances that I will not get into because it's a long discussion about that, but yeah, I'm trying to veer away from my family just because of a certain little circumstances. And but yeah, they're really kicking themselves for treating me differently and not treating me like an average individual. They tried their best to do that, but for some reason it didn't sink in with me. And then when I tried to venture into their world and try to, be as neurotypical or average as I can, it didn't relate to them, so it kind of clashed. But yeah, they definitely are kicking themselves over doing such things like that. So yes, I do think that it can cause a lot of troubles for treating a parent treating their child differently in any kind of circumstance, really. So thank you so much for writing that in. Catman 2004. Thank you, you're new. I have seen you in the forums. Thank you so much for writing in, and this is your first question to me. Yay! Do you think that autistic people cannot get sarcasm is a misconception? To answer your question about that, I think it is misconception. I give a little bit of sarcasm myself at times. So yeah, to me, yes, I think it's a misconception. Thank you so much for writing in. Catman. And a Catman. Okay. Wob. Hi, Wob. What are your favorite albums? I can name my #1 favorite album, and that is from My Chemical Romance. I am a fan of My Chemical Romance. And it is 3 Cheers, Sweet Revenge. I love that album so much. I love it. So it's My Chemical Romance, 3 Sweet Revenge, I think. I think that's what the album's called. It's something 3 Sweet Revenge or something like that. That's my favorite, and I know it's modern, but I like it. So thank you, Wob, so much. Zuzu and Friends. You're new. Hi. I'm so happy to meet you. How do you deal with your anxiety if you are anxious, and if so, what are some methods you have used to calm down? What methods have I used to calm down during anxiety? I had anxiety big time during my teen years. I was very anxious, and it's the same thing now still, but it's more towards going to stores and things like that. And what I tend to do is I if I have to go, I try to take somebody with me. Maybe like a family member who already knows that I have anxiety. If I'm alone going, if I have nobody else I can, have offer to go with me, then it's the same thing with my shopping video. My shopping video I did a while back now. I try to keep as calm as I can, but then when I walk into a store, I straight away get anxious. I feel like eyes are on me. I get like, oh no, I'm so anxious. I walk to the side and I try not to talk to anyone, and I just keep going straight to get my product of what I want. It's hard. It is hard, and just try to keep calm to the best you can. Try to find things that are comforting to you to help you through your anxiety. I drink a lot of tea myself, and I know that seems like really corny or whatever, or sounds like, a doctor would tell me to do that, but no, I just drink it because I like it, and it comforts me and it calms me, and I have had less anxiety towards that. And also I don't have sugars and things like that. I don't have candy or lollies or sugars or fatty foods. I'm a vegan, and it's helped me a lot with that too, with anxiety and things like that, and it's made me open up a little more. But I don't expect you to do that. But just trying to find things in your lifetime that you figure that comfort you is the best way forward with anxiety. Thank you so much, Zuzu and friends. Where's Train? Now, you wrote a question to me, and I just want to quickly say that this is a very sensitive topic. It's involving suicide and suicidal thoughts and everything else. So if you are sensitive to suicide, please move forward. I will put the time you move forward to go to the next question if you are sensitive and you don't want to hear anything about suicidal thoughts or anything about self-harming. So yeah, I will put the time right there for you, or there. Yeah. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to skip forward before I continue. Do you mind if I have a drink? I really need a drink right now. Okay, I assume that you've skipped forward, and if you have not, then I guess you are not sensitive to suicide. So, Where's Train, thank you so much for writing in. And your question is, have you ever tried to self-harm? Yes, I have. When I was 14, and like I've said before, that's the year I lost my granddad. That was 2006. I lost my granddad. I was so upset. I was pretty much out of sorts at that point. One day I was at school and I just lost it basically, and I just I slipped my wrist, and I ended up leaving the school. Nobody saw me do it, and I didn't go to class, and I ended up going to my mother's work, and she straight away thought something was wrong, and she looked at me, and she saw blood on my sleeve of my jersey, and yeah, it was blood and everything else, but it wasn't a deep cut. But yeah, that was like a very suicidal thought, and it was just just a circumstance of loss, finding a new friend, which you know, gave me the happiest joy in the world and still does to this day. You know who you are. But not having you there, and so much more. But that, yes, I have. Yes, I have. And if you have thoughts like that, please talk to a friend or talk to someone that you trust and they trust you. That is highly important. So thank you so much for that question. Next question is My Way Signing. My Way Signing, thank you so much for writing in. Here we go. I have a friend who acts as my mother, and this summer she said, "You seem so normal. I couldn't tell you have AS. You are so high functioning. Are all SPs like that?" I was hurt by that statement. I know she didn't mean to make it sound mean, but it hurt my feelings. What do you think I should do? Should I teach her about AS or just leave it alone? Well, that depends if she is, you know, if she's close enough to you as a person, as a friend, and you feel like she needs to know, then, you know, go ahead and tell her. But it's up to you. If she's like that close of a friend to you, then yes, go for it. If she's like a friend that's kind of like, oh, she is my friend, but I don't know if we're going to be friends forever, then I would kind of veer away from it. But that's just my own personal say about that. That's up to you at the end of the day. But that's what I think. Thank you so much for writing in. My Way is Signing. Karen. Hi, Karen. Karen, you are awesome. I love the work that you do for autism, Asperger's, parents, everyone. It is awesome. Thank you so much for helping fellow individuals like myself. Karen, your question. Can you be an Aspie if you don't have repetitive motions and you don't have any hyper focus, but instead are down and have no real interest? Yes, you could. Yes, you could. Because I don't really have repetitive motion. I have repetitive things in my mind, but not physical. I'm not like fidgeting or anything like that. But and also you said hyper focus. I don't have hyper focus. I'm just very average focused. But yeah, so I don't think you need to have those symptoms to be clearly to be a clear Aspie. I don't think you need them. Yeah, so that's that question. Thank you so much. That's my answers for this week's video. And I just want to say, with the with the 50 milestone live stream, I have decided I'm going to put it on the 18th of October. So please put that in your diaries. 18th of October. It's going to be on YouTube, the live stream. Yeah. But the time zone, it's the 18th here. There, it'll be the 17th. It'll be on the Saturday, October 17th for the ones in the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah. And I will make sure you guys know when I will be on, so you guys can, you know, figure out how to be a part of the live stream if you want to. Yeah, so that's this week's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for writing in. Please keep writing them in. smileeachday.1@gmail.com, smileeachday.1@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye, guys. Bye.